Ryan Arzy here with Foiling Magazine. We're at AWSI and have linked up with Richard from AFS, also known as Alien Foiling Systems. And we've got some exciting new products here, boards, foils. And so let's start with these foils. This is a very cool looking product, the Silk range. Can you tell me a little bit about this design?
Yeah, so this foil was specifically pushed actually towards the wave riding abilities. So everything pretty much on this foil has been tuned to make it super turny, while still really manageable and easy to control. It's a great foil for winging and prone foiling, obviously. You could downwind also on a sub with it, depending on the sizes. It's available in 650, 850, and 1050. Something pretty special about this foil, it's a full monoblock, full carbon foil.
Yeah.
And the construction is a UHM, so ultra high modulus. So you could go super thin sections basically while still maintaining a great rigidity, stiffness.
And so a lot of people are wondering, what do the bumps do?
So the bumps are actually helping to get the stall being as manageable as possible.
Right.
It's going to make it way more forgiving. So instead of having something that's going to stall pretty much straight away, it's pretty much going to tell you when it's going to stall, and you could give a good amount of pumping to make sure that you're going to increase the speed again without popping down, basically. So that's stall management is the big aspect of it.
So it adds to the lower end speed of the foil.
Yes, it does, and it makes it more predictable. That's the way we should see it, I think. And on the other hand, for any use into those kind of rough environments and stuff like that, waves, white water, and stuff like that, that's going to help because the foil is going to be more grippy in the water in a way.
It's turbulent.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's awesome. And so this is one set fuselage length, and you can adjust the tail.
Yeah, especially on the 650, we made a specific, there's actually a specific size of fuselage per front wing. So the 650 has the longer fuse because we consider it's going to be used into heavier condition.
Right.
But that's the only one that you would be able to ride still some 2 to 3 foot waves, and you could go towing with it. So that's why we've done 2 positions for this one. The other ones, the 650 and the 850 and the 1050 has 1 position for the stab. Other thing pretty particular about those foils is we've been working heavily on the flex, actually on the tips. So it's actually flexing like a surfboard fin on the tips, if you look at it here.
Yeah.
And that's going to help a lot the turning. The more you push, the more it turns, basically.
Interesting. And so these also have winglets. So what do the winglets do?
Yeah, same way, making the foil as compact as possible and as forgiving as possible, basically. So you could end up with having half of the foil pretty much in the water. It's still going to be grippy enough because of yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And then so we have the Pure lineup right here as well.
Yeah.
This is a completely different outline and shape and seems more oriented towards higher speeds.
Yeah, absolutely. Higher, I mean, glide and speed, I would say. This one is the HA 1100. And the main focus was having the glidiest machine on the market, pretty much. And still monoblock construction to have extra stiffness.
Right.
UHM, obviously, also. That was the key point. I think there's some limitation on design at the moment because the technologies available are actually making the design a bit more challenging. If you want to go super high aspect, super thin profile, it's getting complicated because the carbon that you use to get those type of design stiff enough are going to be pretty expensive. Good thing about us is we are a foil factory, so we do everything pretty much in our place.
Wow.
So we managed to use some pretty exciting carbon technologies and stuff like that, and we are able to put that available for any kind of customers,
right,
for some specific needs.
And so it looks like these have 2 different mast connections.
Yeah.
So you would go with this style of connection for the Silk series, and that would be the pocket for the Pure.
Yeah, that's actually the connection that we've been using for the last few years.
Yeah.
So those monoblock were a step up for the guys which were riding our dismountable version. And lately we started to work with a new designer that add to the team, to other designers that we work with. And we thought to push the limits of wave riding, we had to go a bit further on with a less of a cord on the mast.
Right.
We would go with a different profile from what we were using before. And we thought also we wanted to reduce as much as possible the side of the fuse. So the tiniest fuse like that, this connection was making it available and possible actually to reduce the fuse once again.
Awesome.
So we'll end up with some new foil at some point. We'll use this connection.
Cool. And then we've also got some boards behind us.
Yeah.
We've got the Chipri Pro and 310 here.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about this board? Really unique shape and concaves.
So there's been a ton of work on this special looking board, I would say, and volume management has been the key. So we made pretty much everything to make sure that the foil fill is going to be as ideal as possible. So we are doing some pretty exciting foil, I think, making sure that we have everything stiff and as precise as possible. You need to find a board that matches that, basically. So lower down the plate and the foil from the bottom, but also from the top, basically. So the feet position is way lower than the deck itself. There's different concaves, side-to-side concave and front-to-back concave also, to help the pumping ability, but also to create some torque in the turn. So the concave is actually like a skateboard deck with it helps actually to have the concave to be able to push even further. And this special outline was actually made to be able to ride more and more offset for extra torque in the turn, basically.
Yeah.
So you could ride them fully in line, no issues with that. But for the more aggressive riders that are going to be likely to go further and further on the sides. So that's why the straight outline was made for that. And all the extra part of the board that are likely to touch the water at some point in a steeper wave or whatever, we chunk them out, basically. So that's why it's chopped off in the end here. Anywhere where you don't need the extra width to put your feet, we're trying to make the outline as neat as possible, basically.
And so that one also comes in a larger size 4.4, and you get it in black or white.
Absolutely, yeah. 310 for this one, 30 liters. Is a 4.4, 35 liters.
Yeah.
And the 4.8, 40 liters. They are all in 19 inches wide, and with the semi-identical volume distribution and shape.
Nice. And then we've got this board right here.
So that's the Blackbird, available in two sizes. They are compact downwind boards, obviously great also for winging in light wind condition, light to medium wind condition. Those ones are quite special. The aim on those ones was to make them as efficient as possible while still being as compact as possible.
Right.
And to reduce the swing weight and everything. They are downwind boards. This one is a 6.4 by 23. There's a 6.2 by 21, also 90 liters. That's the one I use the most. And they are really compact and efficient board for downwinding, winging. And the extra width, the same for the Chipri board. Extra width is extra capability to ride offset and to crank some good turns on a good downwinder. We are also working on some bigger size, which are on the water somewhere here, maybe. No, actually 7.2 by 19. That's going to come up pretty soon, and a size above again. So we'll go compact and a bit more length for some guys that need the length to pop up.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the breakdown, Richard.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.